Double conquering Mega Eagle! Right folks, last video saw me build a crossbow. Pretty simple but kind of nicely finished leaf spring crossbow. I've been making some improvements. Just wrapped the centre of the string there. I've not trimmed it up yet. That still needs doing, but it was fraying only in the few shots that we managed. Bolted a bit of Picatinny rail on top of the latch mechanism, and we've got a tiny little red dot scope there. It's not magnified or anything like that. It's just because putting iron sights on this thing was going to be a pain in the arse, as I'm sure you appreciate. It's much easier, and this thing is meant for airsoft guns, isn't it? It's a tenner. Not sure how good it'll be, but it's probably going to be more accurate than the crossbow itself. So that's good. That's that. And I've started making bolts. These were the first two. I mean, with bolts, yeah, I haven't finished the rear end off yet, but just a steel, bit of 8mm steel stock that I've ground a point on, and then drilled a hole in the back end, and the shaft of the bolt. I didn't turn it. I did that on the saw. I'll show you in a minute. I'll set it up. But these I started making, and then realised that I could probably do quite a lot better at the back end. Obviously, if it's not strong enough at the back, and the I've made a slot here for the flights, but the last thing I want is the the string opening up this shaft from the back end and tearing the whole bolt apart before it's even left the crossbow, you know. So what they did in the olden days with arrows, they put, I mean, my string's got to go on the same plane as the flight there, but in the olden days the nook or the knock or whatever it is where the string goes, they'd put a slit in the timber, or the shaft, sorry, at 90 degrees to the bowstring, and then inlay a bit of bone, and the idea is that spread the load of the string, because you've got to have a groove there for the string to sit in. So if you didn't have that bit of bone at 90 degrees, that'd be a bit of a stress razor, and the high powered bows would have opened up the shaft. I was going to do that on these ones, but I've thought of a much nicer way of doing it now. What I'm going to do is throw these two shafts away. Or maybe I'll make these ones just see what happens. So I will finish these off. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to finish these two off, do them how I was going to do them, because it won't take me too much longer, and then make a few more up in a different pattern, and sort of reduce the diameter of this end exactly the same as I did at the front end, and then put a little bit of aluminium pipe over the back end, and that's not going anywhere. Then there's no way that's going to snap or open up. This is hardwood. I'm not sure what wood it is. I think it might be poplar or something, or I don't know. I ain't got a clue. I don't know why I'm even saying it might be poplar. It's just because it's white and it's hardwood, but it's not at all stiff. And I did get some softwood, or Scandinavian redwood, pine if you like, whatever, sequoia, I don't know. But it's 9mm, and the steel stock and the aluminium pipe that I've got is 8mm, so I'm going to set them to one side for a bit, not use that. But it's crazy how this softwood's actually a lot stiffer. I know it's another millimetre in diameter, but the timber itself seems to be a lot better quality than the cheap white hardwood that I got, which is just whippy as chuff, mate. So we'll probably try and avoid using that in the future. But for now, going to test the improvements on the crossbow, like the scope and the whipping on the prod. And I've been advised by one of you great subscribers to angle the prod a bit. So I'm going to try that. I might just pack it out or something. and see if that helps at all, which I'm sure it will. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so let's make some bolts. Okay, so we'll have a brief recap of what I've done since last time I fired this crossbow. A spiral wrap on the bowstring because it's getting a bit frayed. Put a red dot scope on it. This is a bit shit. Right. As I started looking through it, I realised how rubbish it is, but it should be good enough for today. Might get a better one in the future. This is the bolt that I was firing last time. Solid steel and gaffer tape flights. Didn't go in a straight line very well. So I tried to make some new bolts, as you just seen. The front's solid steel, the 8mm diameter, or just under 3/8. Only cardboard flights at the minute, and there's an aluminium, a 1/4 inch piece of aluminium pipe to hold it all together at the back. Either way, I've got 7 of these, and we'll see if we can try and zero the scoping. The target for today is a Land Rover radiator. I figured it's quite soft, and I'm hoping the bolts don't go through and get lost. I really hope they'll just get stuck in there, and then I can save the bolt and it won't destroy the flight and I can shoot it again. We'll see. Okay, it didn't really work too well. The bolt was in 3 pieces, and the 3rd piece I cannot find. Went straight through the rad, which is kind of good. There we go. A little bit high, but bang on the centre line. So I'm going to put this out a little bit further and see if the bolt doesn't drop and go more to centre. But I'm happy it's going a straight line. See if we have the same result next time. Nice. Okay, we're quite a long way away now. These are short bolts, and that's I don't know, 30 yards away, 30 metres, something like that. So like short little bolts like this aren't really great at long ranges, but we'll have a little crack at it anyway, and if we get a good result we'll move it even further. Hey. Hopefully you saw there how much it dropped. Should put it out even further because I'm still kind of on target. I reckon if I'd aimed well above the radiator, it would have hit it still. I'll go and grab the radiator, see how much it penetrated. Okay, the first shot went all the way through. Bolt ended up in 3 pieces. Second shot knocked the radiator over, and the end bolt off the broke. Third shot, bolt's still in 1 piece, but it's really low down. So I don't think there's too much point putting the radiator out much further, because I'm never going to be able to predict what sort of angle I've got to put this thing at, and I think it'd be fun just to destructively test it at closer ranges. Alright. Okay, as you can probably see, there's an enemy fuel dump just downrange. We'll see if we can blow it up. Not a killer, unfortunately. Enemy fuel dump. We're going to try again. They are making holes, you know. Just not blowing up the Panzers. Okay, final shot of the day. I've got a porcelain floor tile here. It's quite thick, 3/8 or 9mm, something like that. Yeah, I hear it came directly out of Saddam Hussein's palace, so we're going to have to do our best to shatter it. Okay, I think Saddam's down, but he's not defeated. I don't know if this counts as a kill. Obviously the bolt doesn't stick in, but you know, there's a fair old hole in there. We definitely would have given the Jerry's a nasty surprise. What I really want to do is figure out a way of making bolts really quickly and effectively, you know, maintain the accuracy, but knock them out really quick, because I just turned a few hours work into matchsticks in I don't know, 10 minutes I suppose. I've got to build a proper archery target to test these things in it, so I might do a video on that. I might just do it. And what I really want a chronograph, you know, find out how fast these things are going. If anyone knows of any good ones for archery, and bear in mind, yeah, that like quite often when you make something, it doesn't turn out as accurate as you want to start with, or it needs some tweaking, and so I need something with a that'll pick up a really large area. I don't know if they're booms or antennas or whatever you call them, but something like the air rifle ones where you have to shoot through a tube is going to be no good for me, because I'll end up shooting the machine first time I use it. So any suggestions on what I can get? It's got to be cheap, and it's got to have a big sort of array thing, you know. And plus I want to build much bigger crossbows, and so if the crossbow's got flights that are 6 inches wide on the bolt, then you know, that's got to be able to go either. It's got to have a bit of leeway in it as well, you know what I mean. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'm still busy working on the container, so if you want to check out the last container video, do so, and if you haven't seen it, and there'll be another container video soon, and I'm going to figure out where to go on this crossbow, and I'll be back with you guys in a bit. Bye bye.